Hi, this is Matthew Thie. I just want to tell you about how to touch for health online and to survive, thrive, and optimize your life to achieve your best days. So my presentation this year at the conference will be about how to touch for health online. So we'll actually go through some very simple but fundamental and powerful exercises that we do in Touch for Health and see how that we can do that online with someone coaching at a distance and how we can do it for ourselves. So that's going to be some exercises for energizing, and I'll be coaching you through those energizing exercises. But of course, the thing that's most challenging to do it online at a distance is how we're going to do some kind of muscle testing. And my whole life, I've been a big advocate of people getting together in person in an atmosphere of respect and safety. So if you have a self-responsibility and you show up with respect, you can expect a good effect. So I'm a big advocate of that. But of course, due to the pandemic and due to the fact that we have this platform of online video, that we have more opportunities to share that we wouldn't otherwise if we can't get together in person. So what I've been working on doing, just out of necessity to finish my classes that I'd started, and then we were in the pandemic and physical isolation, is how to do self-muscle checking. And I was never a big self-muscle checker because I was such a big advocate of doing the test together with somebody physically in person. But now that I've had to try it out, I found out it actually works really well. It actually works really well as far as you can get an effective sense of whether the muscle's locking or unlocking, or there's some balance, or it's easy to hold. But even more importantly, it works really well in terms of the effects, in terms of the benefits. And in fact, there's an advantage of at least learning first, or at some point, to do Touch for Health online at a distance with self-testing, because you are forced to rely more on self-responsibility, that the individual person is responsible for their own sense of how their muscles work, how they feel physically, as well as their sense of their energy. So what we're going to be learning is something I call snorming. It's a funny name, snorming. And I may be the only one who likes that, but for me it's memorable to say snorming, which stands for self-noticing the range of motion. So that's going through just the same range of motion that we use in Touch for Health, but noticing it for ourselves as an indication of muscle function and energy. And then there's something else I call sap-cap, which is self-applying pressure in the contracted position. So we go through the range, we stop in the contracted position, and then we self-apply some pressure, which is a little bit tricky at first, and I was very skeptical, but in terms of the outcome, the results, it does seem to be a very effective way to self-test. So those are the two ways that I'll be showing as we go through a whole series of balancing exercise. So you'll do some energizing, you'll do some stress release, pain release. We'll talk a little bit about goal setting briefly so that you focus and optimize your balance for the things that you want to achieve in life. And finally, we'll actually, depending on the time, how it goes, go through a whole 14 muscle self-check and self-balance. So beyond just the 14 muscle dance, which is very effective, we're going to actually self-check the 14 muscles and self-balance all 14 muscles. So I hope you have a chance to join me or catch the recording and enjoy Touch for Health online.